Hello, you delicious creatures. Haven't posted a video in really long. I'll explain. So what you're seeing here is my IDE. I'm using GameMaker Studio, and I want to make I'm working on a game right now, and I'm working on it like avidly. Like all of my resources and free time basically are going into this. I really want to get this game done. So I'm not going to show too much. I'm just going to play the game. Play a little bit of the first dungeon in that, just to show you guys what this is. And, yeah. So this is our first dungeon here. So the game's called Tower of Blackliffe, and it's basically a platformer dungeon crawler type of thing. And the idea behind it is the individual levels are laid out basically to trick you. Everything's basically super esoteric and basically laid out to trick the player. So this is our first guy that we talk to, and he goes, so, hello there.
Greetings, Thunderclap.
My name's not Thunderclap, my name is
Never mind that, that's what they all say. Anyways, Thunderclap, I'm the Elder of Junic.
And Junic is the name of the province that you're in Blackliffe. Blackliffe is the name of the world in this game. And then Junic is the province that the tower is in. The story will be explained.
I have been trapped down here for years since the rebellion.
Well, I remember nothing at all. Is it possible for you to fill me in on what happened?
I regret to inform you that I forgot everything else.
Can you at least open that door for me?
No, but I'll give you the key to open it yourself.
And then he gives you a key. +1 key. So in the bottom right, you have your blue crystal, which shows how many crystals you have. There's the yellow thing, and that shows how many keys you have. And then the red thing shows how many shield crystals you have. Or barrier crystals. I think they're called shield crystals in this. So you use keys to open doors, and simply just punch. You punch to talk, punch to open doors, you know. Is your character's attack, you know. So what the wall's saying here is if you hold up or W and jump while attacking, you can do an up slash, like an up punch, which is needed to defeat the enemy spawner. So, but if you want to make it easier for yourself, you want to fight all the enemies that come from the spawners and then destroy the spawner. It is possible, like, you can destroy the spawner before it spouts all the enemies out, and I did that deliberately, because if you fight it, and just fight it all the way through, it makes it easier later. So what happened there is the enemy spawner drops crystals, the red crystals, and use that to open the barrier. So it uses a different system than doors, because when you get the red crystal, it's from fighting an enemy spawner. Alright, so I encountered a glitch after I killed the spawner and opened the door, so I fixed it, and it's, you know, it's back now, it's all good. So, yeah, everything in this game I'm making myself, like, everything. Sounds, music, the graphics, like, oops. Sound, music, graphics, the gameplay, programming, everything. Everything is entirely me. So, one man teaming it, you know? So, when you first jump into the room, you want to watch out, because you'll land right on top of an enemy. Remember, this is laid out to trick you, so because what that opens up, let me just do this. When you're up here, when you, like, go open up that door, you can jump, and, well, or just keep walking left and you'll drop right down. That or just jump right out. So, game's always out to trick. That enemy's supposed to be there too at the top right. So, alrighty, so this is our second guy that we talked to down here. So you can carry on up the tower, and I'll actually just do that to show you what happens. So you can, you know, when you jump, you'll notice this happens. So you don't just go right up right away. You want to jump, open up the door, and then go. Because that's a mechanic that's used right here. Because if you were to just jump up and hold right, you'd be caught on the ledge, and you could just keep going. So I want the jump heights to be calculated every time. So, yeah. So right here. These doors, the yellow ones, you saw it earlier, like when I first started the level. These yellow... Oops, whoopsie. The doors with the yellow handles can't be opened without a key. You need a key to open them, so... Your progress would be totally hindered. You have to go back and then deal with all this. So right there, what happened was... If you just drop down... The game's supposed to make you pay for that too. You're supposed to jump your way down. Because then, when you'd be on here, that enemy would jump off and try to attack you, so... Everything's calculated very precisely. With the enemy placement and everything. So it's... With dungeon crawlers and that, I want to keep the theme going, where you're deceived all the time by the levels. So here's our first shopkeeper. His name's Old Meatless, you'll see right here. Greetings, Old Meatless. Oh, what a great evening if I say so myself. Could I please see your wares? Of course, matey. So, he's just a skeleton, and he's a super friendly shopkeeper. Because I don't, you know, so I'll say it right off the bat. This game is heavily inspired by, the Zelda CDI games, like Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil, but in the sense where, you know, like, there's the dialogue and you just use punch, you use your attack to, like, talk to people and that. It's, you know, I like that, I like the mechanics. It's just, obviously, Wand of Gamelon and Faces of Evil, it's just, you know, they're terrible. So, my fix to it is, I'm taking what I didn't like from that, and putting it into my game, but fixed. So I'm fixing up what I didn't like from the CDI games and putting it into this. So I feel like if there was to be a CDI dungeon crawler, it should have been like this. But obviously the color palette that I'm using is too adept for the CDI, so... So our first key here is 150. It costs 150 crystal to get, so simple enough. And that's obviously, so when you first come down here, after like fighting all the enemies in that, right? You can't just buy the key right away. You'll have to fight a little bit more, so you'll have to go up here and open it up. So what that's to do is to deceive you as well. It's to basically mislead you the whole way, so. And yeah, that's a little secret for later. There we go. So what's happening here is you get into these rooms and then boom, surprise, the enemies appear. That's also to deceive you, but I don't have to keep saying that because it's it's gonna be a very recurrent theme in this game. So you fight your way through. So it's like a platform jumping thing. This is supposed to teach you that how calculated the jump heights are. You don't have to worry about jumping and like holding the buttons and all that, because what the CDI Zelda games did was the jumping mechanics and everything were done so wrong. So also, did I mention that lever up there? You just punch the levers to activate. But I'm gonna have a sound effect and all that. Like right now I just have the first dungeon music in, so oh no, onslaught of enemies. So, this is a very button-mashy type of combat engine, and that's the type of games that I like, are super button-mashy, so can't go through there yet. So that lever opens up something else. So the idea behind this game is as you travel to where you hit the first lever, you see where like most of the gates are, so that way you know where to search after you hit a lever. So, if you can tell, it opened up this room. It's not supposed to tell you what gate it opens. because the searching element is something that's relied upon in terms of the trickery. So you hit that lever down there, it opens up the ability door here. So here you can read a tome. Odd looking tome. Century books like these usually don't glow. Press shift to toggle the ability screen, you know, blah blah. So I'm not gonna put that in there. That's a no-go. That tome is gonna say something else. How I had the ability screen pop up at first was you press L or R on like the controller, or C or V on the keyboard, and it would open up the ability screen. Now it's literally just you press shift and it opens it up. Press left and right to select an ability, and then you use your you use your punch key to select your ability, and it'll put it up. You'll see. So you jump, do this little platforming thing, and then there you go. Got a new ability, sticky bombs. So you literally just hit your punch key, which could be space, X or J, and there you go. Your ability selected, top left. So how to perform your ability is hold down and then punch, and it will throw your ability. So the bombs are going to take less time. I just want it to be very obvious that when you press down and punch, it throws your bomb. So we don't want to waste all our bombs though, because we only have 3 left. So so those bombs are used for something very clearly. Oh yeah, so I'll explain. So a good thing I'm explaining this, because I would have forgotten myself too. So along here, when you're in this ability room, that lever is supposed to do something, but see if you can figure it out. So we'll just carry on. Oh man, trying to keep my movement normal. I actually didn't put in the death mechanic yet, obviously for testing, because this game's hard. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be difficult. I'm playing it so easily because I know what all the enemies do. So your up punch, so your when you punch up, it has a good use. So say if there's enemies coming down a staircase at you, you just hit them and they don't jump on top of you. This won't help that unless you know where they're gonna jump and then they're right in front of you. So that up punch is very useful. There we go. Alright, so oh, can't jump through that. I wonder. Just kidding. I know everything that this level's about. So so ideally that platform appears when you press a lever somewhere, and then it will let you get to the left thing there, and then it opens up another secret. But I'll leave that for you guys to figure out when I get the demo of this game up. So they're sticky bombs, so they stick to the walls. The animation looks a little bit shaky, or well, the way they stick to the wall, it's like, I'm gonna fix all that later. So that lever, punch that lever. If you don't punch that lever and just jump up, you have to go back and use another bomb. But, you know. And that opens up this gate right here. So you saw this one earlier when we jumped out of the spawner room. And then, yeah. So basically from here on, I didn't add anything else, because I wanted to get this first part up to show you guys what I've been up to. And obviously that takes a lot of work. So so yeah, the first dungeon's laid out. You just, open up that, and then down here, and then the exit will be somewhere in this room. So that's the first level of my game, Tower of Blackliffe. Hope you guys like the look of the game, and I seriously hope when I get the demo up, you guys will play it and tell me everything. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, tell me everything that needs to be changed. I'll take everything I can into consideration. And this was only the first devlog for the game. There will be a second devlog when I get more progress up. And I'll be keeping in touch with everyone about the game's progress. So, thanks for tuning in, and I'm serious this time. New videos weekly.